Let's give this a shot. What is up, YouTube world? It's Chris, and I'm here with another video for you. So in this video, we're gonna discuss really what I've been up to. I've had several people reach out to me and ask, hey man, you haven't been putting out content lately. What have you been up to? And it's really been a lot. And then also, I'm gonna leave you all with a book review because you know that's what I do. If you're new to the channel, here we discuss all kinds of issues. We also do book reviews, and I'm also known to recommend content that'll help you sharpen your sword. If you like any of those things, be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow together. Without further ado, what have I been up to? First and foremost, I recently graduated, I think in December, with my MBA. So that was a big milestone for me in my life. I was lucky enough to land an offer with a top tech firm before I graduated, and I actually did an internship over the summer in Herndon, Virginia, working for that company. So I decided to go ahead and move forward with that company, and I'm now in their associate to consultant training program. So my official title is an associate engagement manager, and if you are not familiar with that term, basically it's a project manager for a tech firm, which is really cool, a cloud tech firm. So if you're interested, I'm actually just garnering ideas of maybe how we can, if you're interested in getting into tech, if you're interested in maybe getting into project management, and you're interested in learning about the path that I chose to get to where I'm at, I'm thinking about spinning off a couple of video segments from there actually. The next thing on the list. So if you noticed, my background is different. Some of my diehards, they know, like I usually have like my little puppy up there and I'm in the office, and here I'm shooting from my bedroom because my office is not quite set up yet all the way. I moved from California to Maryland. I actually live 15 minutes outside of Baltimore and then about an hour away from Washington, DC. I moved here over the winter, so the weather was crazy for me to get used to, but I'm getting used to it. It's warming up, it's spring here, and I'm actually kind of liking it. It's a lot more populated than the area I came from, but it's really cool. I dig the vibe out here. The people are really cool out here, and I'm starting to increase my network here. Like I said, if you stay tuned to the end, I'm gonna give you a book recommendation, and this book recommendation that I'm prepared to make has actually helped me with this thing called Impostor Syndrome. Coming straight from college, having my MBA, but having little industry experience, they have this thing called Impostor Syndrome where you get into a job and you don't feel like you quite belong because the learning curve is high and you feel like you don't really belong there, but really in essence you do, or you would not be in that position. Right, so this book actually helped me a lot with that, and it's a classic that's gonna be on my shelf, and I'm gonna pull it out from time to time to really refresh because it covers a lot of different topics within your life. So stay tuned to the very end for that book recommendation. Next, I want to talk about some challenges that I faced. Moving across the country was extremely stressful. I drove across the country. Luckily, we were able to get most of our things shipped, but the stress of relocating your whole life from one side of the country to the other, you can imagine moving in general is stressful, but when you're doing an interstate move, it's extremely stressful getting set up, getting a housing that you've never even seen, putting that trust into that landlord. All of those things were a lot, and I'm gonna recommend something to you that's really helped me out through all of these, and that's gonna be The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. Usually I would have the book, but I actually have it on my e-reader, and I hope you all can hear me. I'm using this kind of mic right here to try to chime in because I'm still playing with this new camera. I'm trying to get the settings down, so please bear with me as I try to get everything together. But The Daily Stoic has Stoic quotes, and if you're not into stoicism, I really would recommend going on to YouTube and watching a couple videos on really what stoicism is about. But really, it's helped me basically anchor my life. So stoicism, to me, in my personal view, helps me be that rock, and that rock on the shore, and waves of emotion, waves of life have been able to crash against me, and I've been able to really stand my ground as that rock, and stoicism has helped me with that. So The Daily Stoic, I've recommended this book before on the page, but I turn to it every day. It's something that I read every day, and it has 365 Stoic passages, and then Ryan Holiday actually elaborates on every passage so you can get a further and deeper understanding. So if you are want to build your resolve and want to really be unstoppable and stand tall against anything that life throws against you, I highly recommend the Daily Stoic. Transferring from college, MBA, into a full-time position was another challenging thing for me. I was in school for almost 6 years straight. I did community college all the way through MBA without stopping at all. And you have to understand that from doing that and then moving into a 40-hour position at a very competitive, very high velocity firm, that's what I'm gonna say, they make decisions at a very blistering pace. It was extremely stressful, and it still is. My job is extremely stressful to me, and one of the things that helps me out is meditation. Currently, I'm using, I go in and out of the practice, but currently I'm using this app called Calm, and they're not paying me. I'm not being paid by anybody, but I'm just using this app and it's really helping me out. And really what that is, it's just guided meditation, and it helps you through different emotions that you may be feeling, whether you're anxious, whether you're tired, whether you're stressed out, whether you're the tons of different emotions. And I've been using that pretty much every day for the past 15 days straight. And it's really helped me out a lot. And I can't really attest to just how great meditation has affected my life. So that's another thing that I've been using to kind of cope with some of these life changes that I've just let you all know about. And then lastly, the last tool that I'm gonna recommend for anyone that's going through something in life is journaling. Journaling is extremely important. Getting your thoughts down on paper is like, I think I heard somebody say, it's like, I don't know who said this, but it was like journaling is like a windshield wipers for the soul. It helps you wipe that rain off, or helps you wipe those emotions off of your soul. And really that's been helping me a lot. Every time I have a strong emotion towards something, whether that be stress, whether that be something that happened, outside the home, inside the home, I can journal about it. And afterwards, getting those emotions out on paper helps me feel better. Another cool thing about journaling is that it allows you to go back into the past and really just see your frame of mind and how you've been progressing through time. It's one thing to live life, but really if you're living life the right way, we're in the present. But having a journal keeps that record of the past for us to actually review. And it could be something that you might want to pass down to maybe one of your family members or not. I'm going to round it off with the book review. So today's book review is going to be Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. And as I alluded to earlier, I picked up this book because, like I said, I was having trouble when I first transferred from school to my 40-hour position at work. And I just didn't feel like I belonged. The learning curve was very high. I wasn't very good at what I was doing, even though I felt like I went to school, like I know this stuff, but it was just getting to become a great consultant. It takes time, especially if you're coming from school. I don't have any background in consulting at all. I'm coming from a military background, so it was definitely a big transition for me, but mindset kind of helps. And I'm gonna keep this very high level. This book is about 260 pages, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It's about 260 pages, and really it's about having a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. And you all might be familiar with what a growth mindset is and what a fixed mindset is, but really having a fixed mindset means that people all your life have told you that you're smart, right? So you think your smartness is something that's God-given. Your intelligence is something that's God-given. So when you first come up against that obstacle, that first obstacle that knocks you on your butt and really just shows you that you might not be as smart or you might not be as intelligent as everybody led you on to believe, you shut down. And a lot of that, I've seen it happen in kids. I've seen it happen to my own kids. I've seen it happen in my own children, because we praise their intelligence, but we don't praise the effort. And we're gonna get a little bit into that. So that's a fixed mindset. It's really thinking that your attributes are either you have it or you don't, and that you cannot grow your abilities, versus a growth mindset, which means that you can grow your abilities. Like, you might not be good at doing something right now, but in the future you could be great at that with just by applying effort, consistent effort. And so we praise effort instead of praising the ability, if that makes sense, right? We praise the effort that your child did to get that A, but we don't just say, hey, you're smart because you got that A, because there might be times life is going to challenge your children. Life is going to challenge you. Life has challenged me. And, I'm like, oh, I did so well in college, 3.9 GPA. I'm like, oh, I'm on fire. And then I get to my job and I'm like, oh man, I'm not the best as I think I could. Or maybe you get around people and you feel like they're better than you, right? So this book has helped me shape my mindset to where as though I can be more attentive in what I do and realize that this is a journey that I'm on. It's not a set and done thing. Because I got a degree doesn't mean that I'm done learning. Doesn't mean that the learning curve is going to slow down for me. And I think that it shouldn't, because I want to continue to grow, and I think you should too. So please, I'm going to keep this video short. The recommendation is mindset. If you're interested in learning about, like I said, how I got into tech, how I transitioned from the military to using my GI Bill to getting an MBA, all paid for, and then also into transferring into IT, definitely leave some comments. I'm actually just trying to test the water to see if there's an interest, again, for my brothers and sisters out there who are interested in getting into IT. So definitely leave that. Definitely make sure you like and subscribe to see more of this content that I'm coming out with, because I have lots of ideas. So I thank you for staying with me this far. And like I said, I'm really thank you for your time. Peace.